Hello everyone, today we will be starting with the Python series. This is the first video on this series and I hope you will enjoy it. So let's start the series, rather the video. Now we will be seeing we can how we can use Python and how we can code in Python. So basically we will be using Jupyter Notebook. As you can see, it's the Jupyter Notebook, and how it has some very good features that we will be seeing eventually. And for now we will be seeing how to download it and how to install Jupyter Notebook. So that we will for that we will be downloading Anaconda distribution, download, and then we will click on the first website that comes out. Yes, and here is the download section, or you can just click on here. Yes, and so it is the Python 3.7 version, the newest one, and I recommend you to install this one only. So according to a computer configuration, whether it's 64-bit or 32-bit, you download it as per your choice, as per your need basically. So if you are using 64-bit operating system, then you click on the first one. Otherwise you click on 32-bit, and this is for Windows. And those who are using Linux distribution or Mac OS, you can also click it and download it. Okay, enough of talking. Let's jump to the Jupyter Notebook. So here I will be typing Jupyter Notebook. Yes, Jupyter Notebook. Just click onto it. Yes, Jupyter Notebook. So now I will show you how we can use it. So there is, I will zoom in for you guys. There is a section new button. You click onto it and click on Notebook Python 3. This will lead you to a page, and here it is, a Jupyter Notebook. Now here you can see it's written Untitled 3, and you can always name it as per your choice. I will name it Tutorial 1. Yes, good to go. Now we will be writing our first code here, and basically this portion where you write your code is called the kernel. And when you type some code and you want to execute it, just click on this run button and it will execute. Also there are also so many features that you can see that we will be learning slowly. Now we have enough information to write our first code. So our first code is to print something on the screen, and obviously it starts with print hello world. Now you click on the run button and it executes it. So that's pretty simple. As you can see, it just takes one line to print. Otherwise, if you have a basic programming knowledge of C++, C or Java, you know we have to write 3 or 4 or 5 or multiple lines of code for just a simple hello world. Whereas in Python, only one line of code is enough for printing this. The reason behind this is Python is a high level language, and it's more user friendly, is more understandable to human beings rather than to the computer. So it's a high level language, unlike C, C++ or Java, which are low level languages. So every code that we'll be seeing in Python will be much simpler and easy to understand. Like if like we are talking to a human being, it seems like that only. So the printing hello world is simple. We can also we are now going with another kernel. We're printing hello Hello everyone. So when we run it, it will be printing it. Hello everyone. Yes. So that's basically the basic part of the Python, how to print something on the screen. Now, now we will be seeing some more features of Python. Not features, I think. Then we will be seeing some new terms how to do this. Now, once we have learned how to print something, now we will be going towards the basic arithmetic section. So basic arithmetic, basic arithmetic. Yeah. Now, when we write something and before it we put a hash, it means that we are commenting out. Now, you guys might be asking, what does it mean? Means what is commenting out? Comment means a line within. Comment basically means everything, whatever you write within a code, but it doesn't get executed. When I put a hash before some statement, like I've written basic arithmetic and before it I put a hash, it means that it's basically commenting out and it will not get executed while the programming is being run. So now we will be seeing how to print a sum. Uh, suppose uh, suppose we have two variables a and b. So basically how we will doing it, we will print a plus b. Now a is equal to 6, b is equal to 5, print a plus b, run. It gives you 11. So what we are doing here is that we are just assigning values to the two variables a equal to 6, b is equal to 5, and we are just printing out the sum. It's a plus b. You can note here that we don't have to declare the data type of the variable. Like we don't need int a is equal to 6 or float a is equal to 6 or int b equal to 5. Unlike other programming languages that you have studied earlier, like C++, Java, or C, here you don't need to declare any data type first. You just assign the value, initialize the variable, and just print out whatever you want. So this is basically, we can write it as sum of two numbers. It's basically the sum of two numbers. Now similarly we can check out difference of two numbers. Difference of two numbers. Difference of two numbers. Yes, difference of two numbers. Similarly, we will assign a to say 8, 11 and b is equal to 5. Now print a minus b. Now when you will run it, yes, it will print out 6. 11 minus 5 is equal to print. So you don't have to memorize anything here, you just understand what's going on. Like in simple maths, what you do, you are given two values, we store it in two variables, say a is equal to 6, b is equal to 5, and we just print the sum over here, a plus b. Similarly, we just assign the numbers to two variables, a is equal to 11, b is equal to 5, and we simply print out the difference, a minus b. Now after seeing addition and subtraction, we will be seeing how to multiply. So we can write product of two numbers. Product of two numbers. So similarly, we will be assigning a is equal to 11. Let say b is equal to 6. So now what we will do, we will print a star b. Yes, when we will run it, it will give a 66. So here basically you can see that this asterisk that we are using is the actually what is used for product is the multiplication sign basically, which we use in maths, the cross sign. Here in Python we use the asterisk symbol and it gives you the product. Like, it is similar to every programming language if you have done it before. In every programming language we use asterisk for the product symbol, actually for the multiplication symbol, and to execute the product. So you just have to remember this, and if you are a complete beginner, you just remember this, that whenever you want to do multiplication, you just need the asterisk symbol. Okay, it's quite easy. Let's now see division. So division. Now in division, what do we do? Let me say a is equal to 6, b is equal to 3, and we want to print when we run it, it will give 2.0. Now there are two interesting things here. Firstly, for printing out the quotient here, what we have done is we have used the backslash symbol. So I will write a comment for you. Zoom in. I think you can see it now clearly. So backslash is used for finding out the quotient. Also I will write it here that the asterisk symbol is used to find the product. The asterisk symbol is used to find the product. E is missing here. Yes. Symbol is used to find the product. So the first scenario is this: you put a forward slash, and it will give you the quotient. Now, as you can see that here a is equal to 6 and b is equal to 3, and the result, as you may have guessed, will be 2, but you can see that the result is 2.0, not 2. So why is it real? Because earlier we have seen that when you are subtracting 11 from 5, it's not 6.0, it's coming 6. Even when we are doing the product, we are doing the multiplication and finding the product. Here a is equal to 11, b equal to 6, and the answer is 66, not 66.0. So what's the deal about it? The reason here is when you add two integers, a is equal to 6 or b, and b is equal to 5, the answer is, that is, after doing the sum is after doing the addition, the sum is always an integer. It will never be a floating value. I will tell you what a floating value is. And whenever you do a subtraction from a is equal to 11, b is equal to 5, both are integers, so the difference is always going to be an integer. Similarly, when we are doing multiplication, a is equal to 11, b is equal to 6, the product is always going to be a integer. But in division, a is equal to 6, b is equal to 3 are integers, but it is not necessary that the quotient will always be a remainder. As for example, if a is equal to 5, b is equal to 2, suppose, and when you run it, Oh, sorry, I've not given anything. My bad, sorry. Print a front slash b. Yes, it gives 2.5. So as you can see that it's not always an integer when we are dividing two integers. It can be a floating value. So what is a floating value? Let me write it for you guys. Also, I will zoom it in. Floating values. These are basically these are basically all the numbers with a decimal point. Decimal point. So all what are floating values or floating numbers, whatever you say. These are basically all the numbers with the decimal points. For example, 2.5, 4.9, 5.6, 5.7. These are floating numbers. All these are floating numbers. So I think you have understood this. This is not a very big thing here. It's basic things going on. Now here we have successfully calculated the quotient. Now what about remainder? Sometimes we get scenarios where we have to find the remainder of two numbers. When we divide two numbers, we have to find the remainder. So how we will do that? So let me assign it to a is equal to 5, b is equal to as opposed to as we have used earlier, print a modulo b. Let me run it. Yes, it gives 1. So what I have done here, I basically used an operator named modulo operator. Is nothing but the percentage symbol or percentage symbol as you say. What it does, when we divide 5 by 2, it just returns the remainder to us. So I will write it for you guys. Percentile symbol, sorry, also called modulo operator. Modulo operator. So the percentile symbol, also called modulo operator, returns the remainder, gives us the remainder. So when we are dividing 5 by 2, obviously you have calculated in your mind, so it gives you 1. Now these are small numbers, so you can calculate it easily. So what is the case when you deal with big numbers? Let's suppose a is equal to 243, b is equal to, let's say, 17. Let's print a modulo b and let's run it. Yes, it gives you 5. You can calculate it obviously and recheck it, and it will always give you 5. That's for sure. So that's the basic reason for using Python here. We can, like, when you are using and handling values like a is equal to 5, b is equal to 2, these are we can easily calculate in our mind. But when the values become large, I will add some more numbers to it and again run it. Yes, within seconds it will give you the result. That's the beauty of programming. That's why you use computer, because it simplifies our human life. So that's all about it. Now now you have already used this forward slash for finding out the quotient. Now we will be using another operator. Let's say a is equal to 21, b is equal to 5. Now pay attention to it, what I am writing here. A, b. I will run it. Yes, it will give you 4, 5. So what's the difference between this and this? A single forward slash and double forward slash. What is the difference between the two symbols that we are using here? Here, the two forward slash that we are using basically gives you the quotient, but by leaving out the remainder. It will not execute the remainder after the decimal point. Like when you divide 21 by 5, what we do? 5 to the 5 into 4 is 20. So what we do is we 5 into 4 20, and it gives you remainder 1. So it basically gives you the ceiling function. It gives ceiling value of the quotient. It gives this function, it gives the ceiling value of the quotient. So now some of you might be thinking, what's the ceiling value? So I will explain to you guys. Ceiling value is basically whenever you get a floating point, it always lies between two integers. Example 2.5. Example, we have 2.5. Now we know 2.5 lies between 2, oh sorry, it lies between 2 and 3. So sorry, I have written it wrong. It's not ceiling value, it's the floor value. It's the floor value. Sorry for the mistake, just correct it guys. It's not the ceiling value, it's floor value. Just see it once again so that it fits in your mind. That is not the ceiling value, it's the floor value. I will explain to it what is the floor value and what is ceiling value. Now as you can see, 2.5 is between two integers. Every decimal number is lies between two integers. For here in the case of 2.5, it lies between 2 and 3. Hence, now you see, if we write ceil of 2.5, it gives us 3. That is the upper bound. So yes, if we are using ceiling of 2.5, it gives us the upper bound, and floor of 2.5 gives us 2. That is, it gives a lower bound, and it seems quite obvious too. Ceiling, as you know, is on the top, so it gives the upper bound, and floor is in the bottom, so it gives the lower bound of the number. So that's all. So let me give you a quite quick recap. So this is how you print a string or anything. You print anything, and sum of two numbers. You just assign values to two variables and just print it out. Print a plus b. Print a plus b. Similarly, for subtracting two numbers for finding out the difference, you just assign values to two variables and just print out the difference. Similarly, product, the asterisk is the symbol for multiplication. The forward slash is used for finding the quotient. So you see the example over here. And then we talked about modulo function. So what is the basically modulo function? Modulo function just gives you the remainder. Whenever two numbers are divided, it gives you the remainder. So you see the example here. Just here the example. Now our next operator is the double forward slash that we are using here. It returns the floor value of the quotient. So what is the floor value, what is the ceiling value? We have seen ceiling value basically gives you the upper bound of the decimal number, and floor values give you the lower bound. So that's the case of it. So I think you have understand it. So that's it for today's video. In tomorrow's video we will be looking at some other stuffs. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.